Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 Joker film, a film that is directed by Todd Phillips, and it stars Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck and Robert De Niro. Now this is a film that's getting a lot of coverage right now, mostly positive, as with a lot of popular films. There's a little bit of controversy following it, which I think is a little bit ridiculous, but there we go. And it's a film that follows the character of Arthur Fleck, played by Joaquin Phoenix, and it's an intense character study of this character Arthur, as we follow him throughout this film as essentially his mental health kind of plummets. Some of it is own doing and some of it is the way he's treated by society, and we watch his character slowly morph and change into the character we know as the Joker in the DC universe. Right, now this is a film, and I'll be honest here, when it was initially announced, I was a bit eyebrow raising, a bit like, really? This is a brave move for anybody to take on. I think personally Heath Ledger's performance of the Joker is iconic, and I'm not sure it will ever be topped. And then when I also found it wasn't, if you like, part of any kind of the DC universe, it was a standalone film. It confused me initially, this film, and leading up to it, I wasn't sure how to feel about watching this film. I wanted to enjoy it, but I just was a little bit confused as to what it was and where it stood. And then it's been released, and the feedback that I've been getting and seeing seems to be overwhelmingly positive on a few fronts. The first thing I want to talk about here is Joaquin Phoenix. Now, last year I think it was on the channel, I reviewed a film that I did called You Were Never Really Here, and that film, and in particular his performance, Joaquin Phoenix, just absolutely blew my mind. It was just the most impressive acting performance I think I've seen for several years, and it was a film that kind of went nowhere. Nobody saw it, nobody seemed to be talking about it, and it really surprised me. So for Joaquin Phoenix to be cast as the Joker didn't surprise me at all after seeing that film. And you would understand as well, if you watched that film, You Were Never Really Here, you would understand many of his acting choices in this film. But I have to say, this performance from Joaquin Phoenix here as Arthur Fleck, stroke the Joker, was unbelievable. Completely and utterly believe the hype in regards to this performance. It's the best performance I've seen this year. It's probably the best performance, better than the performance he gave in You Were Never Really Here, and that's saying something. I'm undecided if I think it's the definitive Joker performance yet. I would like to watch it a couple more times, and right now my personal feel that Heath Ledger's position as the top of that mountain is safe for now, but I just think it was just incredible. Now this film, and I'm not going to go into any spoilers at all here, I'm not even really going to talk about the controversy that, I mean, people saying about the violence and things like that. He's the Joker, he's a homicidal maniac, you know what I mean? You expect him to be nice and not be violent? Please. So none of that has any value from my perspective here. I just loved this film. It's so impactful, and it slowly gets its claws into this film. The first 30 minutes of this film I wasn't particularly impressed. Yes, it was all nicely acted and things, but it just felt like a gritty character drama. And then slowly the world starts unravelling. The world starts unravelling around him, almost as his mental health is deteriorating. And you see this character slowly grow and morph as the film goes on, and it's a sight to behold. I mean, initially you're really with this character Arthur Fleck, the way he's being treated and how crappy society is, and you really are with him. And then there comes a point in this film, a cut-off point, where you're just like, you've gone too far. And for me, that violence is never justified, and you can't justify any of his violence in this film. He's the joke. When he does these violent acts in this film, you could argue one of them was potentially self-defense, or his initial lash out on the train. But beyond that, after that, it just mesmerised me. I genuinely just loved this film, and I got a bit after the first 20 minutes. I didn't think I was going to. 20 minutes, half an hour. Some people have commented that it's reminiscent of Taxi Driver. Yes, you can make those comparisons, I guess. But this is definitely its own film. It does remind you consistently that it is in like the Batman universe. You get appearances from Thomas Wayne and Bruce Wayne and people like that. But it's very, very light on the comic book elements. This is not a comic book movie. It's a serious, gritty drama that's in a comic book universe, if you like. It's quite hard to categorise this film. For me, it's a massively strong 9 out of 10. A hugely impressive film. It ties everything in beautifully by the end. The chaos that is caused, and how Gotham could be swallowed up by this manic chaos and violence that has been generated. And in regards to negatives, I guess I wasn't particularly delighted with how they portrayed Thomas Wayne in the film, who makes an appearance. Other than that, I'm struggling. I really would be struggling. I thought it was just a powerhouse of a film, and one of those films that blurred the lines between gritty drama and comic book movie. The only downer here is that we might not see this character again from Joaquin Phoenix. Is it just a one-off? Is this character going to be injected into the Batman films going forward? Because if this is the only time we see this incarnation, this version of the Joker from Joaquin Phoenix, it's going to be a shame. I would love to see more of it. I really, really would. And I think cinema audiences, and certainly comic book fans, deserve to see this Joker going up against Batman. So yeah, that's my review for Joker. It really is as good as people are saying. It's hugely impressive, and I do strongly recommend that you go and watch it. So that's my review for Joker. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like the video and share, and of course I'll see you next time for more reviews on Screen Stars.